Every once in a while, a product comes along that tries to shift the paradigm, as it were. They try to do something different from what everyone else is doing. Microsoft's Surface Duo, I think, is a fantastic example of a device that did exactly that. And while this is a device that failed to reach mainstream success, there are a few things about this device that I think other OEMs should absolutely steal from. In this video, we're going to highlight probably for me the biggest one, other than the fact that it's got two screens, and I would absolutely love to see more dual screen phones. Besides that, we're going to highlight maybe my biggest feature that I wish I could just take from this phone and put into other devices like my Pixel Fold. So in order to see the positive, sometimes we must start with the negative. So we're going to start here with my Pixel Fold, and I'm going to show you exactly what I think the problem is. And this is not a Pixel Fold problem. This is a problem with any device, like maybe the OnePlus Open, that can open up and have a tablet display that desperately needs to be cleaned off. Any device that can do split screening horizontally of two applications. So let's jump into two apps. We'll do YouTube and Threads, and let me show you what the problem is. If I come down here on Threads and I begin to type a message, a Threads post, the keyboard is going to pop up like this, and I'm going to be able to type. Now, I have mine set up actually to be on this right side because I kind of find that sometimes just swipe typing with one thumb to be quicker, but you have many different options, right? You can do this, you can have the split keyboard. Of course, you can have the normal keyboard stretching across both screens. But the problem here is just that, it is stretching across both screens. I'm only typing in Threads, but the keyboard is covering up the vast majority of YouTube. Now, yes, I can click on a button here, and I can click on resize, and I can try and shrink things down a little bit or recenter things. And yes, I do know that there is a floating window. We'll come back around to this in just a second. What I want to do now is I want to show you how this works on Microsoft's Surface Duo. And I'm not saying that I want this to be the only way this works, but I would love to have this as an option. So we'll do the same thing over here. We've opened up YouTube, we've opened up Threads, and now what we're going to do is we're going to click on Threads to start a post, and the keyboard is only over here. It's only on top of the app that I am typing on, and I would use my right thumb to swipe type and do what I need to do. If I come over here on YouTube, and let's say I'm going to search, again, that keyboard only pops up over here. It's automatic, it's exactly where it needs to be, and it will happily jump back and forth, again, not taking up space on the other application. I mentioned that there is a floating window, or floating keyboard, I should say, option over here. So let's explore that, and I'll explain why I don't think that that really solves the problem. So we've switched to the floating keyboard option. Okay, so that's fine. So here's the keyboard, and yeah, this is cool because now this application is not being obstructed, it's not being occluded by the keyboard. But the problem is that Threads didn't really move up either, and sometimes that means the keyboard is covering stuff on the application I want to use. It's not shoving it up, it's not resizing the application I am typing on. I do want this one to sort of take the shape it takes when a keyboard is active, but I don't want this one to. And then, of course, you have the problem that it's not going to change sides. You're going to have to actually manually drag it back and forth. So this is not automatic in any way. It's actually very manual. It's something you're going to have to just take care of. And even still, there are times that I will switch to this. There's been times where I've been referencing some text in something like Bard. Maybe I'm gathering information, whatever it might be, and I want to have that information visible while I'm typing. I've definitely done that there. But again, this is just not an automatic process that's going on. And again, I actually do want this application to move up. You can see here anyone can reply. That might be covered up by what I'm doing. Or let's say I'm typing in this box over here. Again, I'm going to have to drag it way up here to avoid that box, and that might not be super comfortable. It should be pushed up, but the keyboard should only be here. Nothing should be over here. This keyboard should be over there, and this should be open. And then if I tap over here, keyboard stays there,
and this should be open. Again, I'm not saying this should be the only option. I'm saying that just like this, the fact that this thing has many other options, that should be one of them.
And for anyone who might be saying, yes, Shane, of course, Duo works that way. Duo has 2 screens. Might I remind you that while that is true, Android does not know or care about that. Android sees this as a single continuous display. I am simply capturing the display from my Duo 2. This is where the hinge would be, and what do you see? But my wallpaper and the keyboard is over here. If I click over here, the keyboard pops up over there. There is absolutely no reason at all that you couldn't do exactly this on any device that is wide and that will have 2 apps side by side. It should absolutely work. So guys, what do you think about this? Is this a keyboard implementation that you would like to see on your foldable devices? Has someone secretly made such a keyboard and I just don't know about it, and maybe you do? Let me know in those comments down below. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friend.